They say if you desire a vehicle that endures for a lifetime, you should acquire a Hilux. But if you seek technology, power and comfort, the Ranger will certainly captivate you. But what happens when we set aside the advertising, the catalogs, and the fan forums? What happens when we compare what no one dares to tell you? Is the Hilux still indestructible, or is it just a myth now? And is the Ranger just a pretty face, or can it really handle the mud, the loads, and the daily grind? Today, I'll tell you what no dealership, no fan, and not even the spec sheets will show you. Get ready, because it's not just a face-off. It's a brutal, impartial, and revealing X-ray of two titans that weren't born to coexist. And once this video is over, you'll know for certain which pickup truck is truly meant for you. The Toyota Hilux and the Ford Ranger are not simply two models that are competing in the market. They represent two completely different life philosophies. The Hilux exudes a legendary aura, the sort of vehicle discovered in the world's most remote corners, dust-laden, aged, yet persistently firing up with just one turn of the key. It's the vehicle synonymous with extreme resilience, often compared to a donkey, hardworking, tireless, and a bit rough. The Ranger, however, is like a friend who looks younger, modern, refined, and gadget-filled. It suggests, rather than shouts, its strength. And despite reliability biases in certain markets, it has positioned itself as the pickup combining strength, tech, and comfort, not afraid to get dirty, but with style. And here begins the real showdown. Do you prefer a pickup forged in the desert, or one designed for the urban jungle, but ready for adventure? The Toyota Hilux DX model is equipped with a 2,393 cubic centimeter diesel engine, which effectively produces 150 horsepower. I know it doesn't sound particularly impressive on paper, but we're not talking about ego-boosting numbers here. This engine, if well maintained, can surpass 500,000 kilometers without needing an overhaul. In the real world, that's priceless. The Ford Ranger XL gasoline engine, on the other hand, boasts a larger 2,488 cubic centimeter capacity and a slightly higher output of 166 horsepower. It's a more agile engine in the city, more explosive when you hit the gas, and you can feel it, especially on takeoff. The Ranger hits 100 kilometers per hour in 13 seconds, the Hilux in 13.8. Now, the gearbox. The Hilux has a 6-speed manual transmission. Precise, robust, designed to better utilize each engine range and reduce effort on the highway. The Ranger, in its base version, goes with a 5-speed manual gearbox. Simpler, but also a bit less efficient on long trips. And what about the handling? This is where the Ranger surprises. Its steering is smoother, more comfortable for the city. On the highway, it feels more like a sedan than a pickup. The sound insulation is better achieved, and on long trips, your back and your ears will thank you for it. The Hilux, on the other hand, feels firmer. It doesn't vibrate or shake much, but clearly conveys what's happening below. Hit rocks, you feel it. Broken road, you feel that too. Though it seems uncomfortable, many see this as a virtue, for you feel total control. So, which is better? Do you want a pickup that feels like a car and reacts with agility in traffic? Ranger. Prefer a rugged machine that prioritizes durability and control? Hilux. Now, let's discuss fuel. The Toyota Hilux, with its diesel engine, stands out as a champion of efficiency. In the city, it consumes 6.8 liters per 100 kilometers, and on the highway, it rises to 9.5 liters. In your daily life, this translates to spending approximately $70 to $90 per week on fuel if you engage in mixed driving conditions. The Ford Ranger, with its gasoline engine, is quite a bit thirstier. In the city, it reaches 11.7 liters per 100 kilometers, and on the highway, it's about 10. That translates to about $100 to $130 a week under the same conditions. Now, let's talk about maintenance. This is where the Hilux quietly shines, because it's not the flashiest or the most modern, but its reliability is almost mythical. Mechanics love it because they hardly ever see it in their shops. The Ranger, on the other hand, can be a bit more temperamental. Its spare parts aren't always economical, especially for electronics or more technologically advanced versions. Now, what about its resale value? Here, the Hilux also holds an advantage. Its depreciation is slow, almost with the calmness of something that knows time is on its side. The Ranger, while it holds its value in the first few years, tends to lose more over time, especially if it's not the diesel version, or if it's been used heavily. So, what does that leave us with? Hilux, lower consumption, cheaper upkeep, higher resale. Ranger, more refinement, but higher monthly expenses and faster depreciation. A pickup can look impressive in the city, but its true essence is truly revealed when the asphalt ends. Let's start with the basics. The drivetrain. The DX version of the Hilux does offer four-wheel drive, with a low-range gearbox and rear differential lock. It's a classic robust drive system. I like it. Reliable. The Ranger XL two-wheel drive version, conversely, does not come with a four-wheel drive option. That's already a critical point if you're thinking of taking it beyond the pavement. Now let's talk about approach and departure angles. The Hilux has a more aggressive approach angle. Simply put, it enters rough terrain better. The Ranger, although not bad in this regard, has a lower front end and a body more oriented towards comfort. That makes it more delicate on extreme terrain, especially if you don't have extra protection. And what about ground clearance? The Hilux takes the lead again. More ground clearance means a better ability to wade through rivers or clear obstacles, but it's not a total victory for Toyota. The Ranger, in its more equipped versions, provides hill descent assist systems, electronic traction control, and selectable modes for various surfaces. Because when the terrain gets unpredictable, you don't need luxury, you need raw reliability. Driving is one thing, enjoying the journey is another. This is where the comparison between the Toyota Hilux and the Ford Ranger becomes more personal. Let's start with the Ranger. The moment you enter, you notice it's different. Sound insulation, smooth suspension, quality materials. Everything seems designed to make you forget you're in a pickup truck. The Hilux, on the other hand, won't pamper you, but it will be right there with you. Its interior is more austere, more functional. There are no unnecessary luxuries, no distracting ornaments, just what's essential, practical, and durable. If you value daily comfort, long journeys, quietness, and a car-like feel when driving, the Ranger will captivate you. If you prefer firmness, reliability under pressure, and a vehicle that tells you exactly what's happening on the road, the Hilux will be with you without complaint. Because in the end, this isn't just about ergonomics, it's about philosophy. The Ranger wants the road to feel smoother. The Hilux aims to make you stronger. For years, the Hilux's criticism was clear. Tough, reliable, but somewhat behind in active safety. That has changed. The latest versions of the Hilux incorporate the Toyota Safety Sense package. It includes autonomous emergency braking, lane departure warning, adaptive cruise control, and even traffic sign recognition. And the Ford Ranger? This is where Ford has historically aimed to show its strength. Even the mid-range Ranger models offer active driving assistance, a reverse camera, proximity sensors, and pedestrian detection. In its higher-end models, it also includes lane-keeping systems, blind spot monitoring, and post-collision braking. So, which one to choose? If you prioritize a refined drive, intuitive tech, and visible aids, the Ranger will make you feel more in control. If you seek a blend of toughness, structural safety, and dependable traction on any terrain, the Hilux now truly holds its own. Cars speak, not with words, but through their presence. So, what does a Hilux say about you, and what does a Ranger project? A Hilux conveys silent authority, like someone respected without needing to raise their voice. It's the pickup for those who work tirelessly, needing a dependable vehicle, and who grasp that elegance can also be found in dirt, sweat, and dust. Now, consider the Ranger. It projects a more urban, more contemporary personality for the professional who wants versatility to work during the week, escape on the weekend, and still show up to a meeting without looking like they just came from the countryside. The Ranger is more expressive. The Hilux, more reserved. Let's talk about the interior. The Ranger focuses on details. Softer plastics, better soundproofing, friendly lighting, and intuitive controls. The Hilux, though improved, remains purely functional. It won't charm you. It's built to last, not to impress. For many, that's what they seek. One of the most challenging questions when deciding between the Hilux and the Ranger isn't about which is superior, but rather which one best suits your personal needs and intended purpose. If you reside in an urban area, primarily take short journeys, and prioritize comfort, contemporary design, and a more SUV-like feel, the Ranger might be a superb, cost-effective option. However, if your work takes you to unpaved roads or rural zones, or if you need to load, tow, or simply want a vehicle that ages well without giving you headaches, the Hilux truly justifies every extra dollar as an investment, not just an expense. And then there's the factor nobody mentions, the emotional cost. In that sense, the Hilux benefits from a long-standing chain of trust built over many years, whereas the Ranger, though greatly improved, still relies on its current perception. So, which one suits you best? The answer lies in one word: coherence. Coherence between what you need, what you can afford, and what you expect from your vehicle. If you've come this far, you're likely hoping for a clear answer, a definitive ruling, a phrase that states, buy this one, and just forget about the other, because the truth is rarely ever that simple. The Hilux doesn't need to convince you. It doesn't try to seduce you with giant screens or futuristic curves. Its appeal is different: resilience, durability, and the peace of mind that it won't let you down. It's the kind of vehicle you can pass down, one that endures time, abuse, heavy loads, rough roads, and difficult choices. The Hilux may not sparkle, but it won't ever quit on you. The Ranger, however, aims to please with its modern design, smoother ride, and a cozy, at-home interior. This pickup is built for those who aren't willing to sacrifice comfort or style, yet still require impressive performance and raw power. It's more agile, tech-savvy, expressive, and in some ways, comfier and more refined than the Hilux. So, which to choose? If you're going to use it for heavy-duty work, farming, hauling, long trips on rough roads, and you want a vehicle that just gets the job done without complaining, then it's the Hilux, no doubt. If your use is mixed, you value aesthetics, prioritize city travel comfort, and four-wheel drive isn't essential, the Ranger is a smarter buy than many think. The final decision isn't on YouTube, it's yours. Just remember one thing: a pickup. It's not just a vehicle, it's an extension of who you are, how you think, and where you want to go.